Welcome everyone. Adam the Woo here. What you're hearing is the soothing sounds of raindrops as they precipitate onto the top portion of Mini Marge, my glorified golf cart, heading to downtown Celebration. As the recording of this, it is Tuesday, June 11th, 2024. Start off the day, a little caffeine. Well, it's actually 3:45 most of the morning and early afternoon. Been doing some stuff at the homestead, preparing for a 2-week road trip that I will be departing on, not tomorrow, but the next day. Tomorrow, got to do a few other things, but I need to go pick up a rental car, drop off my personal vehicle, which is going to be getting some maintenance done on it in the time frame that I am gone. Really excited about this road trip because it's been a while since I just got in a car, drove across the countryside, so that'll be happening, but that's not today. Today is going to be driving in a rainstorm and a thunderstorm around Celebration. Got to run some errands, do some things, check some items out, and hopefully not get struck by lightning. One good thing about when the weather is inclemented, there's not a whole heck of a lot of people downtown, so plenty of parking. Plenty of parking. I'm going to park where I should park there, right over here. I'm inviting you to join me. Shall you? Raindrops are not only falling on my head, but also formulating into puddles, and the raindrops are dripping down into those puddles as well. Usually parking is not this prevalent, but again, not a lot of people down here. I'm gonna head to Starbucks, get myself a coffee, a little caffeinated, get a little piping hot caffeinated beverage rolling through the bones. All right, accomplished. Got a little blonde roast, or maybe it was Pike Place. So whatever you have as far as a warm, non-cold coffee, a little milk, a little sugar in there as well. And also, there actually are a couple people sitting underneath the umbrellas at Starbucks, but no one over at Avocados, which is like the Mexican place. Everyone's inside for good reasons. And it's supposed to be raining not only today, but the next series of days. I think by me leaving the state, I'm going to avoid a lot of the rain that's going to be rolling in all week. Now there is some sort of shade from the elements here, not from the sun, but from the elements of the rain clouds. You got these newly placed rocking chairs here. They were put out here a few months ago. They replaced all the wooden chairs and tables out here. So you can sit here. I think I'm just gonna sit here for just a little bit. It's been a while since I sat down here at Lake Reinhard and just kind of enjoyed the view across without being in the cart cruising around or walking down Market Street. Cheers. One of the things I need to do today is go to the library, which I looked up the hours. They are open rather late, so really no rush to get over there. Need to print off some other stuff. My printer at home has not been working lately. I had some issues when I was doing the water's dripping over there. When I was doing my taxes, I had to go print a bunch of stuff out there as well. And then when I was getting my passport, the whole mess up that I had with the passport, talked about that a couple weeks ago. Good news is my passport is on its way. It has been approved, and I will have a passport when I get back. If all goes well, as long as it doesn't get lost in the mail, I will have a passport. That water keeps startling me over there because it's like dripping, and I think someone is over there relieving themselves, but it's not, sounds like it. I should have my passport soon, which is going to make for a fun 2025 of travels, a rejuvenation for myself, which I think is going to be much needed when it comes to travel plans. So that will be in the way off future. I've never really been international. I've been to Canada before on tour when I was in a band. I've been to Mexico, Tijuana, if you even want to really consider that getting too far out of the state, because I didn't go any farther than Tijuana. But the world will be my oyster soon enough. So I'm looking forward to that. But today I need to go over to the library, print something else out. It has to do with me giving up the apartment here on Market Street and purchasing the new homestead, something that I neglected to do that needs to be done, but they need a paper when it comes to the new place, that even though everything has been done for a few months, there was a couple things that I needed to kind of tie up some loose ends. So I'm going to take care of that, and I can't print it out at home, so I got to do it at the library, fill it out, and send that in as well. Yeah, it's 3:55 right now, 82 degrees. It's about 10, 15 degrees cooler than it was yesterday and the last couple of days. It's because there's not any sun out. It's all clouded and rainy. 100% chance of rain this hour, the next hour, then it dips down to 55. I'm also going to go over to Publix. I'm going to get some veggies. I'm going to use the air fryer tonight. I'm going to watch a little Rays baseball. Last night they played game 4 against the Baltimore Orioles. They got swept against the Baltimore Orioles at home, and tonight they play the Cubs. I got to be honest, the Rays are not doing well this year. You know what? Kind of stinks, but I still love the team, and I'm still going to be finishing up my 30 stadiums. It will have taken me, if all goes well, it will have taken me 3 years to accomplish that goal. Love the Rays, but yeah, they're not doing good this year. Oh, turtle alert. I see the little turtle head and the turtle shell peeking up over the rain-dripped, whoop, it's going under. Never mind, the turtle is now submerged. The submerging of the turtle has been documented. I'm also having a little bit of an issue with my phone. I have an iPhone. I had the same problem before I got my new phone that I have now, where I'm constantly, the phone will be in my pocket and I'll pocket dial, FaceTime people, just randomly I'll pull my phone out of my pocket and I have called a couple people on my contacts list. And it's really annoying. I just wish there was a way that I could not do that at all. And I've looked into, so basically I'll put my phone on airplane mode. Like right now, it's just sitting in the cup holder. So when I have it on me, or it's sitting stationary, it's fine. But if I am walking, like let's say in the park, or walking around the lake, or just out and about, if I have it in my pocket and it's not on airplane mode, I would say that 6 times out of 10, 3 times out of 5, I guess it'd be the same as 6 out of 10, I will end up calling someone. So what I do is, I just turn it on airplane mode. I wish there was a way I could just not receive or send calls, but I've looked into it, and I can't figure out how the heck to do it. Also, you know what those little things right there are for? Those little metal things on the concrete to keep you from skateboarding. I don't want you doing like a rail slide or anything. And of course, signs everywhere, signs. But yeah, I basically never want to call anyone, or I never want to get a call from anyone ever unless it is planned. Like obviously if I want to call someone, I just want to be able to like, okay, now I want to make a call, and then turn that, enable that. But then I don't want to always have my phone on airplane mode, so. I don't know, maybe it's just, maybe there's no workaround. I'm gonna keep looking into it. Also, big news on the camera front. I use the Canon G7X Mark II. Have been for many, many, many years. Has a lot of good points, but it has a lot of bad points, which I'm sure anyone that's watched my videos for a long period of time notices the negative and bad points about it on a constant basis. I also have seen that. But it's time to move on, or at least attempt to move on, from this particular camera setup. And I thought that the new camera that I am gonna start using or test out, I thought it would be here in time before I hit the road in 2 days. But I don't believe it's gonna be here. I think it's on back order, and where I ordered it from, it might not be here in time. So I might have to make do with the G7X for the next couple weeks. But rest assured, it is time to move on the Canon G7X and on to other pastures of camera goodness, of filming goodness. And I'm hoping it clears up a lot of things. The focus being the worst issue on the G7X. That's probably the biggest issue, and if that can be corrected, I will be happy about that. Everything else is great. I like the zoom on it is awesome. I just wish there was a perfect vlogging camera. I have not seen a perfect vlogging camera. Seems like no matter what you use, it's always going to have 1, maybe 2 hiccups that make it imperfect. New camera setup soon. Passport renewal soon, international travel soon, hopefully better footage soon. I mean, the footage on this is fine, but yeah, just a little upgrade. All right, I don't think I'd call it, well, upgrade might not be the right word. It's just a changing of the grade, not an upgrade. It's just still going to be a moderately convenient type of item to film with. Now I know they have like full setups that you can get, you know, big lenses, huge microphones, things like that. I don't really like to go that route because this is just a daily vlog, and some of the things that I go to film, trying to take bigger camera equipment in doesn't really go too well. We meet again, West Osceola Library, 305, that must be the address. Part of the Osceola Library system. I'm going in, I gotta print off a piece of paper, fill it out, and send it somewhere. I don't know why I'm talking that way. I am. Underneath this tree, which isn't really shielding from the rain at all. Also leaving my coffee in the car. Or not the car, in the cart. Shouldn't be in here too long. Shouldn't be in here too long at all. Hopefully not. Printing. 50 cents. Love this little windshield wiper. It only covers a small portion of the front, but you know what? It works. Hidden hardware store. Celebration hardware. Around the back of the original Publix Plaza, which is over here on Highway 192. 9 times out of 10, actually probably 99 out of 100. Well, 73 out of 100. I don't know where I'm getting these numbers. I will go to the other Publix, which is on World Drive, except that is the one road. There's a mail truck. They deliver for us. Off the backside of water, well, there is water on the ground at the backside of the original Publix on 192. There's a second one that opened a year ago, 6 months ago, over on World Drive. That's the one that's closer to where my proximity is. And I like the Art Deco style of it. But I cannot take Mini Marge, my glorified golf cart, on that road because the speed limit is 40. I can only go on all the other streets around Celebration that are posted at 35 or less. So that's the rules. There's only one road in town I can't take it on, and that's the one that goes over to Island Village and World Drive. I drove it down the sidewalk once and then I realized I probably shouldn't be doing that anymore, so I just don't take the cart over there. Take it everywhere else, but not there. Speaking of construction update, get a little peek over here. Ooh, did I take this thing through the car wash? That's the Chick-fil-A construction over there. Can't go any farther than this. Can't go through the exit. See any gators in there? Am I seeing any gators? Come on, gators, where are you at? See some trash. A lot of trash. It's never good to see. Oh, there's a duck. There's a duck. Cleaning up the lake. Look at this sewage tunnel over here. That looks something like Pennywise would crawl out of. That's like something out of It. Oh my gosh, like something out of a horror film. We all float down here. We all float. We all float down here. You'll float too. Park now at Water Tower Plaza. I believe that's the name of the development. I gotta say, I kind of just like going to the library and printing off my stuff. It's definitely not a lot of stress. And pretty inexpensive. All right, that was a fail. I did not get anything for the air fryer. I went with more salad stuff. I don't know why, I just crave the salads, the chickpeas, a little hummus, and cottage cheese. I would say when I'm home, that is pretty much what I've been eating every night. I eat once a day around dinner time, and I'll just do the salad chickpeas, cottage cheese, and a little hummus and some snack crackers. That's my go-to habit. It is weird, I'm a creature of habit. So if I eat halfway decent on a regular basis, that's what I start craving. I start craving the halfway decent foods. But if I eat poorly for just a few days, that becomes the habit. Thankfully, I have gotten away from those habits and developed, I guess, a worst case scenario, if I want to sit and watch a baseball game when I'm home. Obviously when I'm on the road, I try to go to away games or drive over to Tropicana Field, which lately traffic has been so horrible to St. Pete. I'd rather just go elsewhere and see them at away stadiums. Sometimes when I'm in my golf cart, I feel like Brooks from Shawshank. The world went and got itself in a big damn hurry. Only when I'm in my golf cart. The rest of the time, I'm the one in a hurry, in a rush. Yeah, I'm gonna go home, sit in front of my TV, watch the Rays, maybe win. One thing I have realized, it's probably the least stressful season that I have rooted for the Rays, because they are not in the running for the postseason yet. There's still, what, 90, 95 games left, give or take? So they could be, still a long ways to go. But they have made the they have been in the postseason running pretty much every season. They're in the postseason running from the start. So you're always like, well, they got to keep their position in the rankings of the AL East. Right now they're in last place as I'm filming this. So really, I just enjoy watching the game, hearing the commentators, watching the gameplay, and I'm not as stressed about them staying up in the rankings. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I'm kind of enjoying the fact that they're just a regular run-of-the-mill team right now. Now, as the season goes on, I want them to do a little better. But it's kind of nice not having that stressful, oh wow, if they lose this game, they're out of contention. They're not even in contention, and there's something to be said for that. As a viewer, as a supporter of the Tampa Bay Rays. But I want them to go to the postseason, so that's how I feel right now. In a month or so, they need to step their game up. You know, I purchased a house the end of last year, so it's already almost been half a year since I bought a home, bought a house. Not quite, but yeah, pretty close. Well, yeah, it's been half a year. Kind of half a year. Also, the speed limit through here is 25. Glorified golf cart, mini Mars does not go over 25. Reserved. 10-minute parking. I won't be down here more than 10 minutes. Oh, they're going to be down here about 2 minutes. Just wanted to stop by the fountain, which is operational today. The other day it wasn't on. We got the mail earlier, now we got UPS. Deliveries everywhere. At the end of last year, when I started getting the wheels in motion to purchase my house, I thought, yeah, I'm gonna build a Woodio, a studio. That room is still sitting empty. It has my couch that used to be at my apartment, which was right up here, 3rd floor, right up here. Very heavy couch. The whole living room set I ordered, new furniture. But I have a room. Oh neat, the lights are twinkling. Check that out. But I thought by January, even February, I would start doing more of like a video podcast type thing, deep dives, things like that. To be honest, I don't know when that's ever going to happen. I know it will happen, but I've been giving it a lot of thought lately. especially with next year going to be international travel and things like that. But I've kind of given it a little bit of thought on when I'm going to start doing more non-traveling at home, deep dive, interview podcasts, me talking about stuff, staying home and not hitting the road. And I know it will happen. I just don't know when it'll happen. And it is not anything that I am considering being in a rush to make happen. Kind of, as I started to think about it a little bit more, don't know if I want to step away from the travels, completely step away from the travels and stanchion myself, stick myself in one particular spot, when that is the type of content that later in life will kind of just morph itself into. And I don't know if I'm ready to completely step away from the travel type of vlogs. I love, again, I'm probably when, you know, after this year, I've already stated that every single day there will be days off, but I don't know how many days off. Obviously, if I go on cruises and things like that, the Wi-Fi will be an issue. If I'm doing a 7-day cruise, won't be able to upload during those 7 days. There are Wi-Fi on cruises and things like that when you travel overseas, international, but sometimes it can get a little wacky. So that will be the scenario of me not being able to do this on an every single day basis after 2024. But I still want to hit the road, want to do international travels, things like that. But as far as staying put in one particular spot and completely uprooting this format, switching it up, I don't know if that's going to happen for a little while. It will happen in its own due time, but I don't really need, this is thinking out loud, for me to just do a hard cut and start something completely different when I've been doing this for a long time and it's kind of morphed into what it is, and we'll just kind of see where it goes. That's what I'm thinking right now. I could change my thoughts. I change my mind all the time, so this could change in a week. But the thought of getting the passport, finishing this baseball series, which if all goes well by the end of this season, I will have done all 30 stadiums while rooting for the Tampa Bay Rays, which, did I mention, they're in last place in the AL East currently, but this season's still moderately early. But once that is out of the way, the travel plans will be a little easier because I'm not having to go to a certain stadium that they're not going to be at for 2 more years. That's the way the baseball season works. Some of the stadiums, if I don't knock them off this year, I got to wait till 2026 until they play at that stadium, so I want to get it done this year. After that, into next year, I won't have any of that holding me back, and I can utilize that passport, start doing more car road trips, and really kind of change things up. A breath of fresh air, which I know a lot of people watching probably need that to kind of be peppered into, you know, what I do. And trust me, I need it too. I get it. I do get it. But with everything, sometimes it's just a natural evolution of the way things go. All right, I'm gonna get back to the house, watch the game, and eat some food. Thanks for listening, all this. Thanks for listening. Yeah, here's what I got. This is usually my go-to. Well, I added a little something on tonight. I got some grapes and some strawberries. Usually I don't get those. But I get the garbanzo beans, I get the salad, cottage cheese, and then a little snacky stuff. I get the Crunchmaster multi-seed and some organic hummus. I don't keep any food at home. There's nothing in my fridge, nothing in the cabinets other than coffee and a little creamer. Because if I have it here, I'm gonna eat it. So I just wait till I'm hungry at the end of the day and I just go get some food. That's when I'm home. And again, obviously, I'm not home that often. But when I'm home, this is usually what I'll consume. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over.